Mga katropa, alam mo ba na ang DWDD 1134 kHz AFP radio ay ang opisyal na radio station ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na binubuo ng Army, Navy at Air Force na siyang maghahatid sa inyo ng mga balita mula sa ating Armed Forces at iba pang impormasyon. Mga katropa, hanapin at ilike kami sa Facebook, Twitter at YouTube. DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Mga katropa, para lagi kang updated sa inyong sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas, siguraduhin naka-like at follow ka sa AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page at nakatune in sa 1134 kHz AFP DWDD. Panoorin ang weekly documentary program ng AFP Radio na Ang Inyong Kawal, Sabado alas 8 ng gabi. Simulcast po ito sa inyong Kawal Facebook at YouTube channel. And keep up the good work sa team. Ayan, Media and Civil Affairs Group, CRS-AFP, maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Isang aklat lang ang iyong dala. Minsa'y wala naman pero papasok pa. Kahit anong mangyari ay tuloy-tuloy ka lang. Basta't kaming mayroong natututunan.
Good afternoon mga katropa. Welcome to Voice of the Teachers Radio, the only program for teachers, by teachers, and with teachers. Sitting on behalf of Dr. Ray Samson, our perpetual main anchor, and our co-main anchor and executive director, Katropang Bobby Ancheta, this is your Katropang Jet Ramos. For today, we're going to have two of our segment hosts. One is Katropang Herman Briñas of the Guidance Counselor's Corner, while the other one is Katropang Angeline Aventino Salvador for Wanderlust Educators, the new segment that she has right now. Before we start, we would like to thank all of you for your unwavering love and support for the past 9 years na umeere ang Voice of the Teachers Radio. We would like to greet and acknowledge the following AFP leaders, and then those who make up the CRS, especially MCAG. First of all, we would like to acknowledge General Romeo S. Browner Jr., AFP Chief of Staff. He's from the Philippine Army. Then our new CRS Commander, Brigadier General Ramon Zagala of the Philippine Army. And finally, our station manager and the concurrent MCAT Group Commander and the host of the shows, ang inyong kawal and Kumusta Pilipinas, Major Sinonsi Pancito III of the Philippine Army. And at this juncture, we would also like to thank those who comprise MCAG, especially those from DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino. Hello po sa mga bumubuo ng News Department, Production Department at Technical Department. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And of course, sa inyong lahat ng mga katropa na walang sawang nanonood at nakikinig po sa amin. Sisimula po natin ang ating palatuntunan with the segment by Katropang Herman, then the segment by Katropang Angeline. Take it away, Katropas!
Ayan, so magandang hapon mga katropa. Maraming salamat Katropang Jet sa introduction mo para sa ating mga segments ngayong hapon. Shout out sa aking co-segment host maya-maya, si Katropang Angeline Aventino Salvador. And of course, binabati ko rin ang kasamahan natin dito sa Voice of the Teachers, kasama rin ang mga, of course, ang mga technical team ng ating AF Radio, ang Boses ng Kawal Pilipino. Muli, salamat sa pagbibigay ng platform sa Voice of the Teachers para ma-airin natin yung mga advocacy para sa ating mga kaguruan. Ayan. So, ngayong hapon may inihanda na naman tayong topic mula dito sa aking segment na Counselor on Air. Alam natin na ngayong magpapasko ay sobrang mapapasabak tayo ng kainan, no? So dito ang theme natin ngayong hapon is yung about Physical Wellness 101. Ayan, or how to stay fit or staying fit in the holiday season. Alam ko marami dyan yung gustong mag-diet pero hindi pwede kasi sa sobrang dami ng ating handaan ngayong season. Ngayon, bibigyan namin kayo ng mga kaunting tips lang naman para mas maging healthy tayo ngayong panahon na ito sa holiday season na yun at darating yung Kapaskuhan natin. And I think ito na rin yung time na bumati tayo ng Merry Christmas. Baka makalimutan ko mga katropa. Ayan. So maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay nyo sa buong taon sa Katropa Radio or AF Radio, and of course sa mga segments natin at sa programa nating Voice of the Teachers. Ayan. So ngayong hapon, hayaan niyo pong ipakilala ko sa inyo mga katropa kung sino yung ating guest. Okay? Siya po ay nagtapos ng BS Administration, major in Marketing Management at Angeles University Foundation. And he is also actually an Air Force reservist. Ayan. And he's also into sports. He's a marathon runner. And of course, siya is a mental health advocate. And siya ang ating Mistress of Filipinas, Bamban Tarlac 2023. Mga katropa, samahan niyo po akong i-welcome si Katropang Jovi Condes Morante. Katropang Jovi, bati ka muna sa ating mga nakikinig ng mga katropa dyan.
Ayun po, magandang hapon po sa lahat ng tigapakinig ng The Voice of the Teachers dito po sa DWDD AFP Radio Station. Ayan po.
Ayan,
Merry Christmas po sa lahat ng mga katropa natin.
Yes, huwag natin kalimutang batiin. Ayan. And of course, kumusta rin yung mga taga-Bamban Tarlac na mga nakikinig dyan? Shout out po sa mga kabarangay ni Katropang Jovi. And of course, sa mga tagapakinig naman na aking mga kababayan from Northern Samar and of course from Iriga City, Bicol region. Ayan, Camarines Sur. Ayan, maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay. And of course, sa ating mga teachers na nakikinig din ngayong hapon. Bago natin simulan yung ating usapin tungkol sa Physical Wellness 101, Staying Fit in the Holiday Season, gusto ko munang itanong kay Katropang Jovi kung paano niya naging advocacy ang mental health. Yaman din lamang at ating programa ay tungkol sa mental health na counselor on air.
Well, sir, year 2020 po, I was clinically diagnosed with anxiety po, pero na-overcome ko naman din po siya through the help of professionals talaga. Kaya ngayon na okay na po ako, so gumagawa ako ng way na kahit paano makapag-advocate about the importance of mental health awareness. Actually, meron din po akong social media platform kung saan nagbabahagi po ako ng mga encouragement. Ayan po, follow niyo po and like niyo po sa Facebook ang You Matter PH 2023 at sa Instagram naman po at You Matter PH 2023. Ayan po, samahan niyo po akong i-break ang stigma pagdating sa mental health po dahil alam naman talaga natin na napaka-importante din ito.
Ayan, maraming salamat sa pag-advocate mo sa mental health, Katropang Jovi. Suportahan po natin ang kanyang advocacy sa online, sa social media platform na po, mga katropa, no? And ngayon, puntahan na natin ngayon ang ating usapin ngayong hapon. Siyempre, bago nating alamin yung iba pang mga katanungan o itanong kay Katropang Jovi, gusto nating malaman, curious kami, mga taong bayan, mga katropa, no? Ano ba yung fitness story ni Katropang Jovi? Alam natin pagdating sa mga pati pala like sa male beauty pageants, no, kailangan din kasi yung fit ang katawan natin. So bigyan mo kami ng somehow story mo kung paano mo na-maintain yung iyong healthy body.
Ayun, Katropang Herman, bali nag-start talaga yung fitness journey ko po year 2015 pa lang, kung saan sumali ako sa isang running event ng isang sikat na chocolate drink dito sa Pilipinas. Sumali po ako doon ng 5 kilometers. hanggang sa natapos ko siya. And then sa malayo nakikita ko may mga dumadating doon sa finish line na sobrang pagod tapos sinasabitan sila ng medals, di ba? So doon pa lang po na-inspire ako na sabi ko, one day matatapos ko din yung marathon na yan. And then year 2016 po, doon ko trinay yung first ever marathon ko. Doon ko po natapos yan, and then sunod-sunod na po hanggang sa naengganyo po akong sumali ng marathon hanggang dumating sa sumasali na rin ako ng 10 kilometers kung saan competitive po ako, nakakapag first place din po tayo, and at the same time doon sa 21 kilometers at 42 kilometers nagiging finisher po tayo hanggang sa dumating naman yung pandemic. At pagtapos naman ng pandemic, doon po nagbukas yung pinto pagdating sa pageantry naman. So doon po ako nag-start na mag-gym na talaga para
Ayan,
lumaki po yung
nakaka-inspire.
katawan, kasi alam natin sa pageantry dapat physically fit ka talaga.
Yeah, nakaka-inspire yung ganyang ni sharing ni katropang Jovi, no? Pero yeah, gusto ko rin malaman kung follow-up question ko lang. Sino ang talaga nag-influence sa'yo to be, alam mo yun, maging well-disciplined pagdating sa fitness? Sino ang parang someone na parang naka-inspire sa'yo? Is it your parents or circle of friends ba?
Well, to be honest po, nag-start talaga yung love ko sa sports dahil I came from a broken family. So, year 2015 hanggang year 2016, medyo nagsastruggle ako pagdating sa mental health ko. So, ginawa ko, yung running is naging instrument siya para ma-defocus ko yung sarili ko doon sa mga challenges at stress na kinakaharap ko before. So, para sa akin, na-inspire ako. Kumbaga, yung negative, ginawa ko siyang positive. Doon po nag-start yung love ko sa marathon.
Ayan, that's very inspiring, katropang Jovi. I think that's something that pwede natin pagugutan or maging basis din ng ating inspiration, no? Yung something not good na experience natin, we can turn that into positive. Ayan, ngayon naman pag-usapan natin yung pinaka-basic na fitness routine ni katropang Jovi. Like, ano ba yung mga routine or ano mga exercise ba or ano yun, routine na sinusunod mo, like kasama din siguro lagi natin ng konting ano bang basic nutrition routine din na sinusunod mo? Mayroon ka bang mga ganong ina-apply or sinusunod para mas maging healthy ka?
Okay po. Pagdating naman po doon sa basic routine ko, syempre, kumbaga hindi natin naiwasan minsan, busy tayo. So minsan kung hindi po ako nakakapag-jogging or hindi ako nakakapag-gym, I'll make sure na kahit sa isang araw, makapaglakad man lang ako at least 30 minutes. Tapos pagdating naman po dun sa pagkain, hindi ko dinideprive naman yung sarili ko or wala naman restrictions dahil mahilig ako sa pagkain. Ayun po. So
Yeah.
kain tapos exercise para balance.
Alright, tama yun, no? Just to add lang din, no? Number one is, hindi dapat tayo nape-pressure sa pag-exercise. That's one thing kasi nagiging psychological yung effects nan sa atin na dahil sa iniisip kailangan pumayat in 3 days, in 1 week. So, lalo ka nape-pressure. So, hindi siya healthy din mga katropa, no? Kailangan talagang naka rin, malayo yung, hindi mo siya, gagawin mo siyang routine at the same time. You're not expecting a lot. Sometimes yung expectation, it really hurts. Ayan, hugo tayo dyan. Ayan, sorry naman sa mga, ayan, makaka-relate dyan. So, wag biglaan. So, paunti-unti lang. I think one way is maging part ng routine para later on, masusurprise ka na lang, gulatin mo sila, aba, payat na pala ako. Ayan.
Opo, okay ka na. Mas attractive ka na tingnan.
Yes, and also maganda rin yung sa sinasabi mo kanina na you're not depriving also yourself when it comes to food. Ayan. So, just to add lang din, no, in terms of nutrition natin. Yun, tama yun, hindi mo talaga i-deprive. Kaya may cheat day tayo, ganyan. And at the same time, kailangan mo rin maging aware na kapag talagang ang intake mo ng food mo, yung kaya lang din ng activity, na just enough to sustain yung energy level for the day. Hindi yung
Opo, in moderation lang talaga.
Yes. And of course, pinakamahalaga dyan, ano yun, mataas talaga yung, anong tawag doon, yung tinatawag natin ng mga fruits and vegetables na intake.
Nutritious pa rin dapat.
More water, ayan.
At least 8 glasses of water sa isang araw po. Ayan,
Yes. At hindi pa counted dyan yung mga juice na iniinom natin. Na sana hindi rin matatamis. Dapat mga natural pa rin na iniinom, hindi yung sobrang tatamis. And of course, if possible, iwasan talaga natin yung soda, di ba? That's
Opo.
for me, hindi talaga ako more into soda eh.
Same sir, hindi rin ako.
Yes. And then, yeah, ano naman ang yung motivation to stay fit? What is your motivation to stay fit, Jovi?
Ayun, katropang Herman, yung motivation to stay fit ko lang naman din kasi is ginagawa ko siyang lifestyle. So hindi ko pinipressure yung sarili ko na dapat, Jovi, ganito dapat yung katawan mo. So para po sa akin, yung pag-exercise ko, makakabuti din siya sa mental health ko talaga kasi nare-relax yung mental state ko through exercising po, through fitness. Ayan.
Ayan, so that's very good. Meron ka bang specific na pina-follow or binabasa na book or a philosophy inspiration or a tip from a friend or from a coach na
Ayun,
kaya ka
katropang
nagiging motivated?
Opo, ayun katropang Herman, kagaya ng sabi ko, hindi ko naman dinideprive yung sarili ko pagdating sa pagkain. Tsaka yung exercise lifestyle naman siya. So meron akong nutrition philosophy, yung 80 and 20 rule po. Kumbaga yung 80% ng kinakain mo, at least healthy food siya. Tapos yung 20% naman po ng kinakain nyo sa isang araw, okay lang yung less healthy food. So dapat balance lang tayo. So ayun yung nutrition philosophy, yung 80-20 rule. So dapat yun yung malaman din ng mga tigapakinig natin.
Nakakatawa yung 80-20 rule na yan, no? That is something
Opo.
na pwedeng i-apply natin. Like, oh, hindi naman exactly yan katropa, no? Na sobrang mathematics or stat. It's just an approximation na, of course, 80% healthy, 20% not that healthy. Pero if
Opo.
possible na hindi ka naman maiwasan mo naman talaga yung, for example, yung hindi healthy for that day, better yet, wag na lang din talaga i-try. You can do that in the other day na, ganyan. And of course,
Opo. Kasi
again,
may
don't
epekto
forget
din
also the
sa
cheat day. Yan. Thank you so
Opo.
much, katropang Jovi. Ngayon, so, let's proceed naman sa, alam mo yun, yung tanong na talagang kailangan natin masagot ngayong segment na to, ngayong hapon. Ngayong holiday season is, it's Christmas, it's New Year, may mga year-end parties, Thanksgiving parties, and everything. How we can maintain yung healthy habits natin or ano yung possible mo na ma-share for that, katropang Jovi?
Ayun, katropang Herman, pagdating naman sa healthy habits, kasi pag sinabi nating habits, sinasabuhay talaga siya. Kumbaga, lifestyle po talaga siya. So para sa akin, hindi ko talaga dinideprive yung sarili ko. Sinusunod ko pa rin talaga yung nutrition philosophy ko, which is yung 80-20 rule. Tapos para sa akin, napaka-importante din na kung maghahanda man tayo para hindi masasayang yung pagkain at yung pera na gagasasin natin, dapat i-identify muna natin kung ano ba talaga yung gusto nating ihanda, kung ano ba yung sasakto dun sa mga bisita o yung mismong kakainin natin. Ayun po.
Thank you, katropang Jovi. Gusto ko yung sinabi mo na, yeah, kailangan natin maging aware din kung gaano kadami ang ihahanda at anong klase mang ihahanda. It could be, pwede rin i-apply natin yung 80-20, 80 is healthy, 20% not so healthy, for example, no? And of course,
Para
kung may
sustainable
mga
goals.
kids, okay lang din naman na, alam mo yun, yung may mga talagang for the kids, ganyan. So mahalaga yung hindi masasayang yung food. That's number one din talaga na gusto kong i-remind sa ating mga katropa, no? And kung sumobra man ang food natin, dapat we also need to be creative para ma-recycle siya. Ayan, para hindi masayang. In a way na magiging healthy pa rin siya. Ayan na naman, lagi pinasak yung pagiging
Opo.
healthy. Yung,
Ayun,
apo,
ayun katropang Herman, I would also like to add na pagdating kasi sa kinakain natin, depende siya dun sa health condition ng tao. Kagaya sa akin po, meron akong acid reflux. So sa darating na Pasko o sa handaan, nagiging mindful lang din ako dun sa mga restrictions na hindi dapat kainin ng tao na may acid reflux, such as yung mga spicy, oily foods, yung mga dairy products, and at the same time, sa bagong taon, yung mga prutas, yung mga citrusy fruits, such as yung mga lemons, oranges, pineapple. Ayan po. So dapat palagi lang din tayong may disiplina, at the same time be mindful so kung ano yung pinapasok natin sa loob ng katawan natin. Tsaka depende po yan case to case dun sa health conditions ng tao.
ayan, maraming salamat din sa sharing mo na yan, katropang Jovi. Okay, so mayroon lang para add-on question. additional question lang, no? Kagaya mo kasi usually may active ka na or may mga activities ka na sobrang dami in a day and sometimes it's really hard na ma-maintain mo yung food mo in a particular time, no, na dapat kakain ka.
Mm-mm.
Ano usually ang nagiging approach mo dyan or alternative mo? Kunyari, mayroon kang mga long rehearsals, may baon ka ba, nagbabaon ka ba, or ano yung usual na food intake mo pagka ganyan?
Pagdating sa ganun, sir, parang sinusunod ko pa rin yung food pyramid, kumbaga. Pagdating sa breakfast, dapat doon tayo kumakain ng mas marami. Tapos yung sa lunch natin, medyo sakto na lang siya. Tapos pagdating sa dinner, konting-konti na lang. Especially doon na sa may mga acid reflux po para hindi din tayo na-acid. And at the same time, I would also like to add na kung sakali man kakain tayo sa gabi, dapat 2 to 3 hours hindi na tayo kakain bago tayo humiga. Ayan po. Napaka-importante po nun. 2 to 3 hours bago yung bedtime natin, hindi na tayo kakain.
Ayun, I think maganda rin yan na sharing yun. Para hindi, I think hindi tayo dapat, I think the main point there is, hindi ka dapat busog na matutulog. And that is more healthy
Opo.
kapag ka ganun. Pero liquids,
Opo.
pwede pa yung mga, like 1 glass of water before going to
Opo.
bed, or 1 glass of
Mm-mm.
lukewarm water. Ayan, magandang practice po yan mga katropa, no?
Or
Ayan,
even
susunod.
milk, pwede din.
Yes, yung mga ganun. Pero usually sa akin naman, sa practice ko naman, yun na nga, liquids na lang pagkagabi and usually water na lang mismo bago matulog. And yan,
Opo.
gusto ko namang itanong ngayon kung paano ba natin talaga may iwasan yung too much cravings natin and eating a lot during Christmas na to, ha? Or talaga magpapakabusog ba talaga tayo? Yun yung isang magandang katanungan eh. Like, usually sa kunyari pag Christmas sa akin, sa in my own practice or parang ina-apply ko sa sarili ko, no? Usually we used to eat na konti na lang. More on kung gusto mong kunyari iinom, mas konti lang yung pulutan kasi nga nakakadagdag sa tummy. Isa yan sa magandang practice na sinusunod ko kung talaga iinom tayo
And
during
moderation
Christmas
talaga.
season. Pero ngayon, gusto ko naman malaman kung ano naman ang tips sa atin ni Katropang Jovi.
Ayun, katropang Herman, kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, napakahilig ko talaga sa mga pagkain, especially yung sweets. Kagaya ng, syempre, may fruit salad tayo dyan. May grahams, may cakes. Kaya, para sa akin talaga, hindi ko talaga dinideprive po yung sarili ko pagdating doon sa mga handaan. Nagiging mindful lang ako sa kung ano yung kinakain. Dapat balance eh. Kagaya ng palagi ko sinasabi yung 80-20-20 rule, napaka importante talaga niya. So, hindi natin dapat dinideprive yung sarili natin, especially doon sa may mga mental health conditions. Hindi sila dapat din nagugutom dahil kapag nire-restrict mo yung sarili mo sa pagkain, nagkakaroon tayo ng poor concentrations po. Ayan, so dapat balance lang talaga siya. Tsaka minsan lang tayo may handaan, so just be grateful, enjoy natin yung pagkain sa harapan natin. Na wag niyo i-deprive yung sarili niyo, enjoy niyo pero in moderation talaga.
Tama yan, katropa, no? Ayan, baka magkalimutan tayo. There is something to celebrate that day. Christmas season po yan.
Oo, minsan lang
Enjoy
siya.
natin. Pero ako naman, when we say, and when I define enjoyment, no, in terms of sa handaan, hindi naman pwede rin na the word
Busog.
is sobrang busog. Kasi ang totoo
Oo.
niyan, no, ang totoong pag-i-enjoy yung na-enjoy mo yung food dahil masarap, but not totally na sobrang dami mong kinain. Minsan kasi pag sinabing enjoy, dapat busog na busog talaga. Actually, hindi naman talaga yun ang dapat na definition. Dapat na-enjoy mo at the same time, hindi sobrang busog. Hala, baka mamaya may mga bashers tayo dyan, no? About that. Pero
Ayun,
ganun
maging
po talaga
grateful tayo
dapat.
sa kung
Hindi
anong
sobrang busog.
pagkain.
Yes. Tama. It's,
Saka
I
sir, di
think,
ba
one of the philosophy.
hindi naman lahat merong handa sa Pasko o bagong taon. Kaya para sa akin, kung may pagkain man tayo na ihahanda, just be grateful, enjoy natin. Ayun po.
And be thankful tayo. Tama, yun. And of course, just to add to Katropang Jovi, don't forget to share din naman ng blessings na meron tayo,
Opo.
no, sa mga,
Opo.
ayan, mga less fortunate para sila ay magkaroon din ng Noche Buena. Ganyan. So
Opo.
yun, so paalala sa ating mga katropa yan. Maraming salamat sa mga active sa kanilang mga community works. Ayan, very good yan. Ayan, so next tayo na katanungan, Katropang Jovi. Meron ka bang
Sige lang.
certain approach para, alam mo yun, ma-maintain mo yung discipline mo sa pagkain mo? And na hindi masyadong mapapadami yung kain mo? Meron ka mga specific tricks in that particular aspect? Yung para hindi masyadong sobra yung pagkain mo? Or do you do the math? Ganyan? Ano ba yung tip mo?
Ayun sir, kagaya ng nasabi ko ulit kanina, yung food pyramid ba sinusunod lang din siya. Kumbaga kapag dating sa almusal, dun mo damihan yung pagkain mo kasi kapag busog ka na ng almusal, pagdating ng tanghalian ba, dinner, lunch and then dinner, konti na lang yung kakainin mo. Pero syempre kapag nagji-gym po ako, mas heavy yung kinakain ko kasi napawisan, ayan.
Ayun, so tama yan. No? Ngayon naman, yung next kong katanungan, can we consider a cheat day on holidays for us to indulge in eating too much? So, i-apply ba natin yung cheat day or dahil nga cheat day ito, magpapakabusog pa ako? Ayan. Ano yung take mo dyan, katropang Jovi?
Ayun, katropang Herman, syempre minsan lang tayo may Pasko, may bagong taon, may handaan. Siguro para sa akin, mahilig kasi talaga ako sa pagkain. So yung cheat day, alis muna natin ng konti. Tapos moderation lang yung pagkain talaga. Enjoy natin.
Alright.
Ayun.
Thank you so much.
Ayoko
And of
kasi
course,
katropang Herman, nire-restrict yung sarili natin eh. So pag may blessing talaga, just be grateful tapos enjoy natin. Ayun.
ayan, maraming salamat. And of course, aside from the food, don't forget also to enjoy yung ano yun, yung being together with the family and friends.
Oo
Wag
po.
po natin kakalimutan yon. And that's something na mas nagiging mas masaya yung Pasko. And kung sakaling malayo kayo sa family ninyo, andyan na naman ang mga circle of friends also to support you or to be with you. And of course, be sensitive din tayo sa ating mga katropa na malayo sa family. So once in a while, say hello, say hi, kumustahin natin, baka sila ay nalulungkot. Ayan. So yan po, paalala yan, magandang ano yan para sa mental health ng lahat. At para walang malulungkot ngayong Christmas, hashtag happiness goals this Christmas. Ayan.
Ayun.
Okay. So any additional tips? We are now actually, I'm now down to my third to the last question. Oh, second to the last question, no? Additional tip na mula sa iyo, katropang Jovi, na gusto mo pa idagdag with regards to fitness or physical wellness 101, staying fit this Christmas season?
Ayun sir, siguro pagdating sa pagkain, kagaya ng sabi ko, may kanya-kanya tayong health conditions. So kung may mga nararamdaman man tayo sa katawan natin, napakainam na magpa-check tayo sa mga professionals. So para alam natin kung ano ba yung dapat nating kainin sa hindi kainin. Ayan po.
Yes, yes, tama. Wag mo kalimutan mga katropa pala, no? Pinag-uusapan natin yung how to stay fit, ganyan, and to be healthy, physical wellness 101. Tapos we are talking about indulging a lot of food. Eh, hindi naman talaga pwede mag-indulge kasi nga may mga bawal din pala sa atin. Ayan, so gusto ko lang
Opo.
i-add. I-add na kapag nagluto din tayo, i-consider din also may mga part din ng food na pwede para sa lahat. Pwede kila lola, ayan, lolo, kasi may mga pinagbabawal na food sa kanila na we can prepare na ang pwede sa kanila. Ayan. So, any additional message naman sa ating mga viewers, mga katropa, katropang Jovi, or baka may nakalimutan ka pang batiin mula sa iyong mga kasamahan, maybe yung mga batchmates mo from Mistress of Filipinas, ang mga naging close friends mo dyan, batiin mo sila, and of course, more, maybe some of your friends or relatives from different parts of the Philippines.
Ayan po. Thank you, Katropang Herman. I would like to take this opportunity po para pasalamatan talaga yung mga taong sumuporta sa akin during the duration of our competition sa Mr. of Pilipinas po 2023 dahil hindi ko din talaga in-expect yung makukuha kong suporta mula sa mga tao na hindi ko din kilala. Especially nagme-message sila sa Instagram, ayan sa Facebook. Pasensya na po kung minsan hindi ko nare-replyan yung iba pero grateful po talaga ako dun sa experience na yun. Tapos gusto ko ding batiin yung mga mga Mr. of Pilipinas 2023, especially doon sa mga winners po. Congratulations sa ating lahat. Ayan, at gusto ko ding batiin yung nanay ko na nasa ibang bansa o overseas Filipino worker po siya. Ayan, sa Italy po. Ayan, shoutout kay Mama Rita.
Maraming salamat, katropang Jovi. And yes, again, gusto ko bumati ng Merry Christmas sa lahat na nakikinig or na sumubaybay sa ating programa. Maraming salamat po ulit sa lahat ng sumuporta for the whole year, and salamat din sa pag-support sa ibang mga segment namin. Dito pa rin sa Voice of the Teachers, sa AF Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino. Maraming salamat at antabayan ng maya-mayang konti ang segment naman ni Katropang Angeline Salvador. Muli maraming salamat sa iyo, Katropang Jovi, sa pagpaunlak sa aming imbitasyon.
Maraming salamat po.
Alamin ang mga mainit na balita mula sa ating Armed Forces. Tumutok sa 1134 kHz AM sa inyong mga radyo. At manood online. I-like at i-share ang AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page. Ito ang DWDD Armed Forces Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Magandang hapon mga katropa. Ako po si Angeline Aventino Salvador at kayo po ay nakikinig sa Voice of the Teachers Radio sa DWDD 1134 kHz AM AFP Radio. Maaari niyo rin pong mapanood ang Voice of the Teachers sa Facebook page ng AFP Radio DWDD. On behalf of all the hosts of Voice of the Teachers Radio, especially Katropang Briñas, Herman Briñas of Guidance Counselors Corner, thank you for tuning in sa DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino. Ngayon, sa ating segment sa Wanderlust Educators, Journeys in Teaching Abroad, ang topic natin ay Imparting Values to Students in the Season of Giving. Our guest for today is a graduate of Assumption College with a bachelor's degree in elementary education, majoring in early childhood education. She has experience in teaching preschool to 6th grade and was a curriculum coordinator and acting principal in Brunei. She's currently working as a native English teacher for primary students in a Christian school in Jakarta, Indonesia. Without further ado, let me introduce to you our guest for today, Ms. Jerica Burgos. Good afternoon, Jerica.
Hi, Katropang Angie.
Okay, Katropang, Jerica, hello, welcome. Thank you
Thank
sa
you.
pagpapaunlak. Thank you for guesting. And our topic for today is about the season of giving. So as we know, it's the holidays, and before the students go on their holiday, we need to also let them know what are the values that we
True.
can impart to them, right? As their teachers. So, first question: how can we encourage our students to embrace the spirit of generosity during the holiday season?
Okay, well, first and foremost, before you actually instill the knowledge of, being generous and being kind, you should understand that it doesn't only happen in 1 month. So we don't only talk about being generous or being kind just because it's Christmas.
That's
It only
right.
doesn't happen on December, right? I mean, as a teacher, you should be able to establish that kind of attitude at the beginning of the school year. Once you start the class, once you start discussing the classroom rules, and even before that, it's the curriculum. The curriculum should be designed to teach kids on how to be kind and be generous to other people. Now, I grew up in a school where it was led by nuns, so
That's
Catholic
right.
school siya. So it is very, very imperative that we always have like a program during Christmas. We call
That's
it
true.
Ale Kapwa.
Mhm.
And when I was a kid, I was like so surprised because I see people that are not really in the school. They just come in the school,
Mhm.
and you would see that they brought their kids along with them.
Mhm.
And you know that they're visitors because they're
Mhm.
not wearing uniforms. They're not people who will fetch their kids, but you know that
Mhm.
there are families that were invited to the school.
That's
So
right.
during those kinds of events, we always give out like a kilo of rice, canned goods.
Mhm.
We're always asked to, bring stuff for that event, the Ale Kapwa.
Mhm.
And years went by and I saw the relevance of the activity
Mhm.
because when we went to a higher level, high school and then
Mhm.
eventually college, because I also studied in the same Catholic school
Mhm.
when I was in college. The demands of showing kindness and generosity has become greater. So
Mhm.
in what sense? Before, when I was in third grade, laging lang ano lang, magdo-donate lang,
That's right.
konting program,
Surely in kind, no?
yun. But when we were in a higher level, iba na, we had to immerse ourselves. We started to live among these people. Like
Mhm.
in college, ano lang, 3 days muna.
Mm.
When it was like fourth year college,
Mhm.
we were sent to Bicol for 2 weeks.
Wow,
We're not
that's a
allowed
long
to.
time.
Yes, we're
Uh-uh.
not allowed to use cell phones, no watches, no earrings, no necklaces, and we
Mhm.
were asked to live with our foster mother, eat
Mhm.
what they eat, do what they do, and then just you know um try to live how they live their lives. And
Mhm.
during that time, there was like a typhoon, and a lot of
Mhm.
people were affected by it. That's
That's
why
right.
the Assumptionistas were sent there to do some relief mission, and
Mhm.
then eventually learn from how simple lives can be. So
Mhm.
when I was there, I realized that you know I've been living a very fortunate life, and
Mhm.
iba iba once you're there in that place. You see, we're only five in the family there, in
Mhm.
my foster family. We're only five, and you know what's in the plate? Limang daing na bangus na maliliit.
Oo.
Yata daing yun eh. I think it's like tuyo.
Tuyo,
Lima
oo.
kami, limang pirasong
And then
isda.
you had to share.
You have to share it with everyone. So it's
Uh-uh.
like from there you understand that wow, I've been living a very fortunate life, and I didn't know that people can live like this.
Mhm.
And I have to thank my school. I have to thank Assumption College for that, because I really understood how life
Mhm.
is not always good for
That's right.
for me. And
Mhm.
I think as a teacher now, I can slowly open that kind of world to the kids, let them be aware, because
Mhm.
right now kids are just like so focusing in social media.
That's right.
Although
Oo.
it's not really that bad, because
Mhm.
social media can also help them see
Yeah, they can
the
also
world.
we have awareness through social
Yes.
media.
And I think it's like for students, I think the best way for them to learn about generosity in Christianity is when we as teachers also model that to them.
Mhm.
We instilled generosity and kindness in the classroom rules.
Mhm.
Even though you say you're a subject teacher, you don't stay with that class all the time.
Mhm.
But the kids will feel it. The
Mhm.
kids will feel if you're kind, if you're generous, by
Mhm.
the smallest gestures that you show them.
Mhm.
So it's how you make them feel that will make them see that, oh, Miss Jerica is really kind because she did this.
Mhm.
I think I can do the same thing. And
Mhm.
I believe that is just one of the things that we can do as teachers, and that is to practice generosity and kindness during the
Mhm.
holiday season. Yeah.
Very good. So it's like whatever we also learn from our institution, we give it back by teaching our students as well. So
Yeah, because
whatever
it becomes a
whatever we
part of
learned from
us.
our previous school, we can pass it
Yeah.
on to our students. You mentioned
Mm-hmm.
earlier that when you experience being having community immersion in Bicol, right?
Yes, in
So
Bicol.
I think that would show us a level of gratitude as well. Um
Exactly.
so I think in your university you had in your college you had those activities to
Mm-hmm.
show great gratitude, And but what about like if you only have a short, like for us, we only have a short time with the kids. So
Yes, yes.
what do you think are some examples of activities or exercises that can be incorporated in between classes or in our classes so that students can feel or reflect on the things that they're grateful for?
Well, that's a very good question because
Mm-hmm.
it was something that I was also taught like the moment I graduated. I
Mm-hmm.
was immersed in the IB curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
So for a first timer to just graduate, you just recently graduated and then you're going to start with a different curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. But the beauty of the IB curriculum is that it allows students to become aware
Mm-hmm.
about news events, about what's happening in their surroundings, because the world is the textbook for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do I mean by saying this? We need to let the students um, connect their lessons
Mm-hmm.
to current events, to what is happening. You can like start. I mean, for example, you have an English class. 'Cause I teach native English. So
Mm-hmm.
before you start the class, maybe one of the good practices is to like, here's the news for the week, like this
Mm-hmm.
is the news for the day, like what's happening in this country, what's happening in that country, what's happening in this country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, students need not only understand what is in within the confines of the classroom, they should
Mm-hmm.
also know what is going out there and then connect it to the lesson, because only then can the
Mm-hmm.
lesson be meaningful.
That's
Otherwise,
right.
it's just a lesson that they can easily forget,
Mm-hmm.
you know
So it's
so
like they also should not be boxed or they should not be limited
exactly.
to the four walls of the classroom, but they have to
Yes,
be aware that there are things happening outside that they should also be concerned about, right?
that's right. Actually, it's a lot easier now kasi before, 'di ba, if you want to watch a video in a class, you have to go to the AVR room
That's
just
right.
to watch a video. 'Di ba? Pero ngayon, it's like
Very
it's very
traditional.
accessible. Nandiyan na, oh, you just look at the screen and it's there.
Yeah.
Videos can be very helpful. Songs can be very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And it all falls down with the job of the homeroom teacher, usually.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they start the class, you talk about the what's going to happen for the whole week, and then there's the
Mm-hmm.
videos, national anthem, and yeah, it's the usually the homeroom teacher who does that. But
Yep.
yeah,
They have
videos
more
and
time
current events.
to
Yeah.
bond with the students.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you mentioned about news that's been happening, current events, and I think that's also related to cultural understanding. And as we know, we are teaching in Indonesia, which is quite different from the Philippines. So
Very. Yeah.
as educators, how can we promote inclusivity
Mm-hmm.
that respects and appreciates different holiday traditions? Because usually when I ask the students in Indonesia, they don't really pay much attention to Christmas. They'd rather have Chinese New Year or things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
how can we incorporate their traditions into the season of giving?
Okay. Well, in my previous school, there was a program that we did. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it usually happens during Halloween, and
Mm,
then it goes
okay.
on until December. So
Mm-hmm.
what we do is that like we feature a certain story that is based on a country. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, for example, the story of the seven Chinese brothers. So that was in my class when I was
Oh,
teaching in
okay.
third grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really impressed by this school because they really find ways
Mm-hmm.
to incorporate inclusivity among students regardless
Mm-hmm.
of their religion, their what do you call this, their race.
Mm-hmm.
So the students are also able to understand more about other practices,
Mm-hmm.
cultural practices. So what they did is like, sorry, what we did rather is
Mm-hmm.
we featured a storybook in the classroom. We
Mm-hmm.
decorated the whole classroom like it was in the
Oh,
Philippines.
nice.
So all classrooms are doing the
Mm-hmm.
same thing from preschool until
Mm-hmm.
primary six. So everyone, all the parents, so that will come visit the school, they will go from one classroom to the other with candies
Mm-hmm.
because it's trick or treat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's candies, and you enter the
Mm-hmm.
classroom, you will see that, oh, this is what the story is about. You will see that the kids will be
Mm-hmm.
showing off what they did. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the projects are all pasted on along the walls,
Mm-hmm.
and you would see that the students will be sharing the stories to the visitors coming in. It's a very, very good 1 day activity,
Mm-hmm.
1 to 2 day activity, but we prepared for it like a week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's like a program plus art exhibit plus a lot of things. So from
Mm-hmm.
there you would see that the students are really invested. They know the
Mm-hmm.
culture. And I think that is a very good practice that should be implemented in other schools.
Yeah, I
Mm.
think that's a good idea that they do not only learn the story, but they also learn the country, the culture of the country where the story is from, even
That's
maybe
right.
the food, the clothing, things
Yes,
like
you can
that.
also include
Mm-hmm.
food, the clothing, you put it there. In my class, I even showed them how to play, what's that game? Mahjong. And then, and I don't have mahjong, so I just left my laptop on one table, and there's a
Uh-huh.
mahjong game. And since it's
Uh-huh.
Chinese related, all the people that went there is like, oh, so this is how we play mahjong. It's really a tiring
Yeah.
event, but it is so
Mm-hmm.
worth it, miss. It's
So
really, really worth it.
it's more of like getting them immersed even inside the classroom, right? So if they
Yes,
cannot go to that country, we'll bring the country to them, right?
exactly, exactly. Yes,
So,
good, good, good.
and I think that will also make them more accepting of other
Mm-hmm.
cultures. So if
Yes,
they think, so this is how they do it, so we should learn to respect that we have differences, but we should also enjoy what the country's culture is offering. So
yeah.
last question. Wow, we're in the last question. Oh no, second to the last.
A
Okay.
second to the
I will
last.
add
Okay.
more after this. Okay. So
Wow. Okay.
how can how can students reflect on their own values and priorities during the holiday season? Because I know all of them just expect presents, money.
Mm, yeah.
I felt a little sad that that is their idea of holiday season. So how do you think can we focus them on, more important things
Okay.
like their
Well,
values?
to be honest, and to be straightforward, we actually grew up in a culture where we just, learn what we are asked to learn, right?
That's
So
right. Mm-hmm.
everything is like handed to us. You
Mm-hmm.
learn about this, you memorize this, you do this, you answer that. But,
Mm-hmm.
contemporary education focuses more on the quality of learning, not the quantity. So most
Mm-hmm.
of the time, like for example, the IB curriculum and the Cambridge curriculum, at the
Mm-hmm.
end of each unit, students are actually encouraged to make a reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that is a practice that was new to me before,
Mm-hmm.
but once I started to do it in my class, I think that it is a lot better if you do it continuously,
Mm-hmm.
so that when it comes to a time where they have to reflect, like for example the holidays,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be natural for them. And also as teachers, we need to also embody that kind of attitude, the attitude of reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, in my native English classes, I believe it or not, I had the time after their speaking test, I
Uh-huh.
had the time to give them my feedback one by
Oh,
one. All
wow.
29 classes with 30 students. I was able to give my personal feedback. And then I asked them, how do you think should you improve?
Mm-hmm.
This is my idea for you. I mean, this is my idea of you.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Mm-hmm.
this is what I saw. But
Mm-hmm.
what do you think? Do you agree? If
Mm-hmm.
not, what do you think should you improve on?
Mm-hmm.
That is one way for the student to actually reflect. And then
Mm-hmm.
once they get a habit of doing that, questions like this, like the holiday, how are they going to what's the question again? To
How
show
can
to reflect
they
on their values and
reflect?
priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, this would be a perfect job for the homeroom teacher to have with the kids.
Yeah.
But as English teachers, we can also incorporate this because this
Mm-hmm.
could be a good writing activity.
That's
And then
right.
speaking, right? Like maybe when you come
Mm-hmm.
back from the holiday,
Yeah, I
what were
think
you? What did you
I'm gonna
do?
do that.
I think I
I'm
will too.
probably gonna do that. That's a very good idea. So I'm gonna apply it right away
Yeah, I mean that
after
will
I
be a
come
good
back.
speaking test.
Yeah. And at least they would be shocked that they would be asked what they think, right? Or
Mm-hmm,
because sometimes
exactly.
they're just like robots. They just answer whatever very basic question. But if it's like
Exactly.
internally, finding out how they feel and think, maybe they will be more interested to express
Yes. And
themselves.
even parents, I think, okay, if you're not a teacher or you're a parent listening, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what you can do is to like encourage your child
Mm-hmm.
to have a journal or a diary,
That's right.
because we lost it. We lost it in this kind of
I know. I
technological
used to
era.
do that when I was in
Me
elementary.
too. When
I
I was
kept a
in fifth grade,
journal
I
and
kept a
even
diary
stories.
because it's good because emotionally, if you're depressed, if you're
Mm-hmm.
going through something, it's really good that you write it down because that's how you process what's in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
If you just
That's
leave it all
true.
there, it's going to
Mm,
be hard
yeah,
for you to process it. And that is the kids how to manage their thoughts and feelings when they write
mm-hmm.
about it.
That's right. So
And they also
putting,
improve their penmanship.
yeah, they have to improve on their penmanship really seriously. From based from what I see in my classes. So yeah, that's true. Like I think now kids have a lot of problems expressing themselves to their parents, to their teachers. So
Yes.
if they cannot, if they're not ready to express themselves using speech or sharing,
Mm-hmm.
they can just write it down, and then if they allow you to read it, then it's like having a piece of them, right? Um, and maybe you'll understand them more.
Yeah,
Uh,
and also when
yeah,
they can understand themselves better when they grow up, when
that's
they
right.
read through what they've written.
Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays kids are like, once they cannot express something, once they cannot deal with something, you know what they do? They cut you off. They look at the phone, iPad,
Yes.
YouTube. They just shut off
Mm-hmm.
completely, and that is
So
causing so much gaps between
that's
parents and
right.
kids.
Especially if your parents have a very large age gap or big age gap
Mm,
between their children, right, and
yes.
themselves. Speaking of that, that's the last question. It's
Mm,
related to the last question. So how can we as teachers support students who may find the holiday season challenging? Some of them don't even want to go on vacation, they just want to go to school instead, because there are
mm-hmm.
many challenges or various family situations that they can't deal with. So how can we
Okay,
help them or support
that's also a very very interesting question.
them?
Keep it up. But to be honest, I think that as a teacher, it is your duty, it
Mm-hmm.
is your job to know each of your students very well,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you are a homeroom teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You should know what's going on in the life of one kid.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, even if it has something to do with their parents, you need to know if are they separated, is he a single
Yeah.
dad, or because that will affect the kids,
Mm-hmm.
um, how the kids project themselves in school.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot teach them um how to be generous, how to be kind. You cannot support them
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know them,
That's right.
right? So I think the very first step here is, as a teacher, you need to know who your students are, what are their issues, or do they have issues, what is going on in the family. Sometimes kids don't even know there is an issue, but they're
Mm-hmm.
acting on it, they just don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Maybe one
It's
kid is
like
like so
some
angry.
of them think it's normal because
Yeah.
they
And you would see that some kids are like,
experience it
that
every day.
one kid is so angry, you don't know
Mm-hmm.
that the reason why the kid is so angry is because one of the parents is absent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you need to know them. And then from there, that's when you move forward. You cater activities for them where you think
Mm-hmm.
they will benefit from. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I want to continue this, but we don't have a lot of time. So thank you so much, Jerica, Katropan Jerica. We've
Yes.
learned so much from you, from your experiences as a student and also as a teacher. And I hope that the teachers and the students listening and watching us right now will get something from it and be able to apply it in this holiday season. Do you have anyone you want to greet or say hello to, even in the
So
Philippines? We are being aired
yes.
in the Philippines.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah,
so
on
first and
radio.
foremost, I want to yeah, well, there's a lot of people I want to greet, but
Okay,
I'll
go
keep
ahead.
it short and simple. I want to greet my family.
Okay.
I want to greet first and foremost my father, my dad,
Mhm.
and then my sister who is like 16 years old. So she's
Oh,
in the high
very
school,
young.
and and then
Uh-huh.
of course I want to greet the Thai people in the Philippines, my family, yes. And of course I want to greet my future son. Ay, wow, ito na to.
Wow.
Yes. Samuel, if you're watching, pay
Hi,
attention. We got to
Samuel.
talk. Yes, we have a talk. And then of course, yeah, Ari, of course, the
Of
my better
course.
half.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jerica. And I do hope this is not the last time. So we'll have you
Oh,
again.
yes.
Okay. So
I look forward to
again,
that.
thank you, Katropang Jerica, and thank you for everyone who tuned in. Have a good afternoon, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.